Hey Browns fans, there's something brewing in Cleveland that isn't just idle chatter or preseason buzz. It's something deeper, more electrifying, more disturbing. While most Browns fans are taking a break between minicamp and the start of training camp, a quiet storm is brewing inside the walls of Berea. And in the eye of that storm, a fifth-round rookie quarterback who may be Cleveland's most captivating story heading into 2025. His name is Shedeur Sanders, and whether you're ready or not, he's turning heads, surprising, and changing expectations. But first, be sure to hit that like button and let me know in the comments, do you think Shedeur Sanders will be the #1 quarterback? I want to hear your thoughts. Now, forget what you think you know about OTAs and minicamps. Sure, no pads, limited contact, and yes, often dismissed as irrelevant by skeptics. But don't be fooled, because what Shedeur Sanders has done in this low-stakes, high-scouting period isn't just about stats, though, seriously, he led all Browns quarterbacks in completion percentage between OTAs and minicamp. It's about balance. It's about command. It's about looking like you belong when the odds say you shouldn't. Now imagine this, Dillon Gabriel and Kenny Pickett, both selected higher, both expected to compete hard, struggled. They missed throws. They looked unsettled. And meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders, in a t-shirt and shorts, with only a few weeks of pro coaching under his belt, looked like the guy. Not just a guy. The guy. That's not a narrative. That's coming straight from team sources and media members in Berea. There's even talk, confident, unflinching talk, that Sanders is the future QB1 of the Cleveland Browns. And here's where it gets even more compelling. Shedeur doesn't fit the typical mold. He's not tall. He doesn't have a cannon for an arm. He doesn't strike fear by simply standing in the pocket. But what he does bring is something every offensive coordinator dreams of: precision, speed, and decision-making. A true point guard under center, get the ball out, get it to the playmakers, and let them cook. That's what he did at Colorado under Deion Sanders, running a hybrid spread system with surgical confidence. And now, he's doing the same in Cleveland. You can feel the buzz. ESPN Cleveland, boots on the ground, couldn't ignore what they were seeing. Coaches nodded. Media whispered. That kid can play. And no, it's not about the name on the back of the jersey. It's about the tape. It's about the throws. It's about the command. This is real. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, Joe Flacco still feels like the Week 1 starter. That's the safe money. That's the known. He's been here. He knows the system. He's battle-tested. Yet, don't mistake safety for security. The gap is closing, and if we're reading the room right, Sanders could be a mid-season takeover candidate. Week 8. Book it. And what of the others? Kenny Pickett looks shaky. Dillon Gabriel, despite taking first reps in 11-on-11, hasn't shown enough to suggest he's more than a depth option. There's no "oh" here, it's just the brutal truth of NFL competition. Every rep, every throw, every misread matters. And Sanders? He's capitalizing. He's climbing. Fast. But this story isn't just about quarterbacks. Oh no, there's another fire catching momentum in that Browns backfield. With Nick Chubb off to Houston, the RB1 mantle is cracked wide open. And Quentin Judkins is sprinting through it like he's already crossed the goal line. All reports, all camp buzz, all coaching vibes point to one conclusion: this is Judkins' backfield now. He's strong. He's hungry. He's ready. And when you pair him with Dylan Sampson, who brings his own brand of dynamism, the 2025 Browns running game could look like a rejuvenated force, younger, faster, more aggressive. So here we are, Cleveland. A team on the cusp of transformation. A quarterback room quietly reshaping itself before our eyes. A backfield ready to usher in a new era. And through it all, the looming figure of Myles Garrett, $40 million a year man, Hall of Fame trajectory, unstoppable if not double-teamed, remains the anchor, the beast, the heart of the defense. So now I ask you, with all that's unfolding, how many games will Shedeur Sanders start in 2025? Will he unseat Flacco earlier than expected? Is Judkins the next great Browns running back? Drop your takes in the comments below. And while we're watching Sanders rise with fascination, let's not forget, this isn't just some off-season Cinderella story. This is Cleveland. And in Cleveland, hype gets tested. Every rep, every snap, every decision on and off the field. The moment training camp kicks off in late July, those soft mini-camp narratives are going to crash headfirst into live competition. And this quarterback room? It's about to get real. Because let's be honest, Flacco might be the guy for week 1, but the leash won't be long. Kevin Stefanski knows what's at stake. The Browns front office knows the clock is ticking. And if Sanders keeps making the right reads, keeps that quick release sharp, and, more importantly, if the fan base starts calling his name louder than the play-by-play announcers, change is coming. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not week 2. But it's coming. Because you can't keep a natural leader off the field forever. Not when he keeps showing you he belongs. Now, remember those worries about Shedeur's ego? About how he slid to the 5th round because some scouts thought he was too confident, too much about the brand? Well, here's the plot twist. What looked like swagger now looks like maturity. That quiet confidence, the self-belief, it's morphing into leadership, into focus, into results. Coaches don't care about the Instagram clips anymore. They care about how quickly a rookie quarterback is reading a defense and making the throw. And on that count, Shedeur is delivering. Let's pivot quickly to the backfield, because if you're tired of talking QBs, I've got 2 words for you, Quentin. Judkins. This guy is as close to a sure thing as you can get in June. No one's pretending he's Chubb 2.0, those are unfair shoes to fill. But what Judkins is bringing is fresh legs, fierce cuts, and an attitude that screams, "Give me the rock." Coaches are already scripting the run game with him as the focal point. And Dylan Sampson? The perfect complementary weapon, elusive, creative, explosive in space. This could be one of the more fun 1-2 punches in the league if they stay healthy. And while we're dreaming about a run-heavy, play-action-powered Browns offense, let's not forget the guy making it all possible on the other side of the ball, Myles Garrett. $40 million per year. Earning every cent. He's not just the best pass rusher in the NFL, he's the tone setter, the soul of the defense. When Garrett's on, everything flows. The corners take more risks, the linebackers play looser, the coverage gets tighter. If this team is going to make a playoff push, it starts with number 95 terrorizing quarterbacks every single Sunday. So Browns fans, here's the million-dollar question. How many games do you think Shedeur Sanders will start this season? Are we looking at a midseason breakout? Will he leapfrog Pickett and Gabriel in the next 2 months? And on the ground, is Judkins your pick to lead the Browns in rushing yards, or do you see Sampson stealing the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get that debate going. The future of the Cleveland Browns is starting to take shape, and you're witnessing it in real time. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Go Browns!